I can't keep sitting. We can't keep sitting. I'm not going to keep sitting.
Oh, where is this truck at? You gotta be kidding me. A freaking Volvo?
This thing's a piece of crap. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. You got Freight with you, and they got Mama Freight over here. She's going to be commentating on what I miss apparently in the story because I can't tell it correctly. So we dropped a load in Vermont. We're headed to our next load in upstate New York, and this was Wednesday evening last week. And if you haven't watched the live, we hit a moose. I was 28 miles into my shift and hit a moose. This was not a full-grown moose, thank God, and it wasn't straight square with the center of the truck, or it would have done a lot more damage, I feel like. This was like an adolescent teenage moose, maybe one that just started driving. I don't know, you know. So I hit this moose, and we'll take a look at the clip right here, and you guys can check this out. I don't know what I was thinking, but I rolled right over this thing and kept rolling. And I don't know if I was in shock, I don't know what happened, but I just kept riding. And we pulled off on the next exit.
I heard him say, I think I just hit a moose, to somebody he was talking to.
I can't remember who I was on the phone with.
I didn't
Travis.
feel it. I didn't feel it, but I was like, what did he just say? So I woke up because I sleep really, really light. I listened to everything around me while I was asleep. And I woke up and I was like, what did you just say? And he's like, I just hit a moose.
Dude, that truck owned that moose. I'm talking about
like,
it was like a speed bump. It was over with.
I was like, are you even like coherent to what you're saying? And I look out the mirror, and the mirror is like up against the window. Like he can't even look out of his left mirror. He didn't even like, I guess, notice. So I'm like, Will, your mirror is touching the glass. Like
it was all the way up against the door.
Like you got to pull over.
So I was like, yeah, I guess I do got to pull over. I guess you couldn't even feel it, man. I mean, the truck was just like it was just nothing.
She handled it like a champ.
She did. And so we got off the exit, checked everything out. I had a low coolant light on. We have to report if you hit an animal in certain states. Vermont's one of these states. You have to report the incident. So they came out, made sure that we were okay, made sure the moose wasn't in the highway obstructing traffic, nobody else was going to hit it. The moose apparently got up and walked away. So they say they're mythical creatures, I don't know, but whatever animal can take a hit from a semi at 61 miles an hour and get up and walk away deserves to live.
Which at nighttime, he didn't see it on the road. It may have made it to the ditch or something. I don't know. I hope it's okay, but
I don't know, but it deserves to live a long, prosperous life. That's all I got to say, because this thing that's a beast, okay? So obviously the truck is, and we're going to throw up some pictures right here. You guys see the damage and everything, because during the live I wasn't able to.
But the trooper got us to the rest area down the road.
Yep. And
they escorted us to Walmart first because we wanted to get to Walmart.
Because we saw the low coolant light was on, and I was like, man, I don't know if I got enough coolant to top this thing off. I don't know what the deal is. Couldn't see any fluid under the truck, so we didn't know what the deal was.
But there was nowhere to park at Walmart, so then he escorted us to the rest area.
So I did have enough in the morning to top it off. We topped it off, and we didn't have a headlight. We didn't have a left turn signal up front, left marker light. So we took a chance to make it to Pittston. It was either that or get on the hook from Vermont all the way to PA.
It was almost 400 miles, like 350 something miles.
Yeah, it was a good bit. It was a good hike.
But we knew if we could get to the terminal, we'd have shuttle and food.
Bunk room, resources there for us.
They usually get us in and out pretty quick, like from the wreck. That's what we experienced.
Yep. So if you guys have any knowledge of Pittston or Springfield, you know it's two totally different animals. Pittston's a little more down-to-earth home type feel. You know, there's a couple people in each section, each department, you know, and they're doing the best they can. But it is a lot of it's 9 to 5, especially the body shop.
And no weekends.
So, and that's not saying that they don't make exceptions. That's not saying that they're not doing great work. That's not saying any of that. But at Springfield, if they can't get you in at their bottom, yeah, that is a whole different monster there. If they can't get you in there at Prime, they send you to Kenworth, they send you to Freightliner, they send you to Peterbilt, wherever you need to go to get it knocked out.
24/7.
Yep, and they have parts on hand and everything's readily available. It's a huge trucking industry over there in Springfield, so there's a lot more, you know, resources available for the vendors as far as vendors go and parts and stuff. So regardless, we make it to Springfield.
We didn't.
I mean, Pittston. Yeah, we didn't make it to Springfield. That's where I wanted to go, Springfield.
Yeah.
There's no way. We actually, hindsight 2020, we were thinking about going to like Walmart or Dollar General or something and get like a fog light and zip tying it to the thing just to have some kind of light.
The battery powered cabinet lights or whatever that's got the remote and just change the lights.
So like when we had to make a left turn, we were just going to hit like yellow, 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 yellow. And then like, you know, I was going to say, yeah, we got a left turn signal.
Turn the other one on white light for a headlight.
Right. So anyways, we were thinking about, I mean, we were thinking about, we were going to do some straight up rigging like on this truck.
We would have probably been famous on the internet if we'd have went through with it. But
they'd have been like, man, are those is that a Dollar Tree truck? Like, what is that? Like, what do they got going on right there?
What happened to that brand new Peterbilt?
Yeah.
I would just turn the CB off all the way there.
You'd have to, because it would just be a nightmare.
But anyway, things we were thinking.
So anyways, and the crazy thing was when I hit the Moose, like the lights are so good on the truck, on Invictus, I didn't even tell a difference that the headlight was gone. But you can see in the pictures right here, that headlight was just like destroyed. It was just laying down in the wheel well.
You can see from the dash cam, but it like...
Yeah, you can see it changing the dash cam. But regardless, we made it to Pittston. Thank God. You know, God allowed us to make it there. No issues with DOT, no issues with the truck. We drop our trailer, we check in with the body shop, everything basically, you know, they take over. We're waiting on them to fix the truck. So we get a bunk room, and when we get there, they're like, hey man, this should be no big old problem. Like, this is like no big deal other than the fender on the hood here. Like, man, we'll have you out Saturday. It's like, all right, cool. So obviously, being the concerned professional operators that we are, we decide, you know, Friday morning, we're gonna go check in, see what's gotten done. They've got the truck stripped down and everything.
Okay, hover drivers.
Yeah, hover drivers, yeah. But we're nice hover drivers. I'm not like, you know, you better get my truck fixed. But, so we go check in, and they're like, oh man, we're missing this, and this. Peterbilt's not gonna have, man. Probably not gonna have you guys out till Monday. So that was a pretty big hit. Well, we're like, all right, you know what? We succumbed to the fact that we're not getting out of here this week. We're gonna wait till Monday. It is what it is. So Saturday, you know, I didn't bring enough clothes up for us to have, you know, all the showers we were taking. So Mom was like, hey, I need another outfit. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I'm going to go down to the body shop, obviously check on the truck, see what's going on, you know, take some pictures, whatever, and get her an outfit. And I noticed that the coolant jug...
Well, the hood was off this time.
Yeah, the hood was completely off. And I noticed the coolant jug is below the minimum line again, like the fluid level. And I'm like, it's not normal. Something's not right here. So I talked to the tractor shop, and I tell them what's going on. I'm like, look, you might have to pressure test this thing because it might have a leak on the radiator. Like, seriously, something's going on. So that night, Saturday night, sure enough, they pressure tested it, and it was a bad radiator. So we did the update on that on YouTube and Facebook, and they fixed the radiator. Was it last night? I think they put the radiator in. Yeah, they fixed it last night. Put the radiator in last night. Got that done. Yesterday, we realized we went and checked in again. Monday rolls around, we check in with the body shop again, and they're saying, man, you know, we're waiting on this. I'm short.
Parts don't come out until the afternoon.
Yeah, parts don't come out until the afternoon. I'll be honest with you, I don't know if I can have you out tonight. It might be Thursday, it might be Friday. I don't know. Wednesday or Thursday, I don't know. They just say they don't know. Guys, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, I can't keep sitting. We can't keep sitting. I'm not gonna keep sitting, okay? So, hindsight 2020, what I should have done was, as soon as we dropped the truck off, I should have immediately messaged Leasing. Or Road Assist anyways. You gotta contact your Road Assist advisor about a loaner truck and see if you can get information on if they have one available at where you're at, what the deal is. So we ended up getting a loaner truck. This is a 2023 Volvo we're actually in right now. We're in the back. It's got a dinette set up. You'll see here in the video. It's an experience, I'll put it that way. Okay, the truck it's 2023 on the outside, it's 1993 on the inside.
It's your next purchase, guys.
It's not my next purchase. I'm not. There's a couple key features that this truck has that I do like. I do like the dinette. I didn't think I would. I like it.
Every time I turn, he's bragging on something on it. Don't let him fool y'all.
It's got.
Earlier he was like, "Ooh, I do like that."
This thing's a piece of crap.
Oh, earlier he was like, "Oh, Peterbilt should think about that. Oh, if Peterbilt would do this," I'm like, "Okay."
She said that about the dinette. She's like, she told me straight up. She said
something. There was something
you told me straight up.
I went up there and laid down for a little bit. There was something you saw that you were like, "Oh, I wish."
The cubbies right here. The cubbies in the back right here. I think they're
It
good.
was something else. I'm the one that mentioned the cubbies. You said something else about something.
She said if Peterbilt would put a dinette in the back of their trucks, that we would be buying a second truck. That's what she said.
I did say that, and I like their cubbies and their drawers. I like the storage in here.
You'll see from the video right here, I did like a quick little video of the inside of the truck, stuff like that. But guys, it's a tool. It's a tool. I didn't sign the contract until this morning on Tuesday. So
because there was no load yesterday.
Yeah, there was no load yesterday. We weren't picking up a load till today, so I signed it this morning. You have to go through and do just like your regular leasing a truck. You got to do an entire inspection on it, which is digital now. It's all on the app, so you can take pictures and everything. It's pretty nice. You don't have to do the paper sheet inspection anymore. But we went through, nitpicked everything that was wrong with the truck. We wrote it down, notated it, documentations, everything as usual. And so we're going to end up paying, not only are we paying Invictus's payment, okay, the $1366.29 a week, we're also paying the $675 truck payment for the Volvo, the $40 APU payment. They are charging a $30 a week performance bond, which will be refunded once we turn this truck in, because obviously the performance bond, we're not keeping this truck, so it's going to be returned. And they're going to end up wanting 8.25 cents a mile for the tire fund and the excess mileage and all that stuff that we've got coming down on this truck, which won't be returned to me, because I don't plan on keeping this truck for 5-10 weeks. I plan on keeping this for a couple weeks max until the truck is completely done. So guys, we are paying more per week, but I mean, really, from a business standpoint, you've got to really look at it. Is it going to be more profitable for me to sit there another week and eat up another $1,500 in operating costs for the white truck and not make any money at all and eat my bills again for another week at home? Or is it going to be more profitable for me to get in the road and start making money? So when you're talking about trucking, the farther, you're not getting, like I always say, you're not getting anything out of it unless you're laying down rubber on asphalt. So
we're already in the hole.
We're already in the hole now for a week. I've been sitting for almost a whole week. I mean, you got to think from basically we were down Wednesday night all the way to Monday night. So Tuesday morning. So I mean, pretty much a whole week of revenue lost. And you're talking about team truck revenue, you're talking about anywhere between, it could be $9,500 to $12,000 minimum. So it's a lot of money gone, So with us, I would rather take the extra $700 plus cost a week and get moving. So that's where we're at, guys. We're in this 23 Volvo. We're rolling, and we're about to go make some money. So hopefully within the next week, the truck will be finished. We did go over a few things with the body shop this morning that we noticed and thought like, hey, we need to go ahead and take care of that if we could. And it's just minor stuff now. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the truck is they got the hood on, they've got it aligned. It's pieced back together. It's not 100%, but I mean, it's getting there. So she's gonna look really good. And I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys, with First Guard Insurance, having that brush guard on the truck, obviously it didn't save the truck, but it saved $1,000 deductible. So if you're at Prime, this is the lesson of this whole video. If you're at Prime and you're buying a truck and you're a lease purchase, keep that brush guard on the truck. It'll save you money. There's no deductible, no cost to us other than downtime
with animal hands.
with this animal incident. So any animal incidents, no deductible with the deer guard on there. And wish it was a moose guard. Probably would have pushed it out of the way, but if it would have came all the way up to I'll show you a picture here. The one that we want is actually going to come up to the actual grill, the top of the grill, and it would have probably pushed that moose out of the way. At worst case scenario, we would have had a bad guard on the front of the truck, which needed to be replaced. But no cost to us because we had the deer guard on there. Secondly, if you are lease purchase at Prime, you can get a loaner truck. So if your regular lease, the way it works is you can get a loaner truck, no problem. And it's up to Leasing's discretion, your road assist advisor. They have a whole team of people that come together and say, yeah, you know what, let's go ahead and improve that, get out of the way. Or say, no, we did talk to the body shop, it's going to be another day, you'll be out of there. So get with your road assist advisor.
I don't think you pay extra for regular lease.
No, you don't. If you're a regular lease, you won't pay extra. So basically what you were paying on your lease truck, you're paying on that truck. So your payments.
Take your truck payment and move it to the end and extend your lease.
Yeah, that's up to leasing.
I don't know
so
about that,
I don't know if like you had a 3-year lease, if it's going to be 3 years and 2 weeks, depending on how many weeks you were in the loaner truck. But guys, I mean, that's a valuable tool. It's a valuable resource that the company offers to be able to keep moving. Most companies could just say, hey, that's your truck, you're stuck. Sorry, you're down. You know, they actually let us get another truck and keep moving. And it was pretty seamless. I mean, it was hands off. You know, here's the keys, do your inspection, sign your contract, anything you need done. This truck here, when we went to pick it up last night, it had a small air leak under the dash at the firewall. And the APU belt was screeching. So before we signed that contract, we took it through Bay 20, did an assessment. They actually grabbed the truck last night when we were sleeping and fixed everything. So, and that was no cost to us. So they took care of all that stuff. We signed the contract this morning and we're rolling. So what do you have to say about the Volvo?
It drives like a car to me. I like the turning radius. I mean, that
it is smooth. It is smooth.
The ride and the turn radius alone is enough to be like, man, Peterbilt, you got to get your crap together.
I didn't think there was a truck out on the road that rode smoother than a Peterbilt.
Which I know
this
we
thing
said
is
that
smooth.
about the Peterbilt coming from the Freightliner, but like we always thought, man, that Pete's.
It really does feel like you're driving a car. I mean, it really does.
Like this doesn't feel nothing like a truck. Like I feel like
you can literally take one finger and drive the steering wheel like this. It's nuts. I mean, it's crazy. We're still getting the basics figured out about the truck, and she's the only one that's actually drove it out on the road. I haven't actually driven it yet. That's my shift tonight. But yeah, I mean, it's we can swing some U's like I mean, it's pretty cool. Usually it's like, oh Lord, am I going to make this kind of thing if we have to. Prime says don't do U-turns.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Like,
we don't do U-turns. Prime, if you're watching, we don't do U-turns ever.
All right, O-turns, whatever.
O-turns? Donuts? Yes, we do donuts.
Yes, exactly, donuts. I'm tired. I just woke up.
But guys, I mean, it's a tool. It's something we're going to use to make revenue, generate revenue till Invictus is done and completed. And which obviously we're looking forward to that. Yeah. But I got to tell you, man, I like this dinette back here. I like the smooth ride of the Volvo. I like the turning radius of it.
He likes the sound of the turbo.
Dude, it sounds like a freaking airplane taking off. You can be sitting there idling, that thing just starts spooling up. Whoa, I'm like, whoa, dude, we're about to take off. Like, just sitting still. It sounds really good. I had an old Great All 524D that I actually drove when I ran the salvage yard when I was in the auto recycling business, and this is what the thing sounds like. It sounds like a 524D Great All with a little diesel in it. So, but I can tell you this: it doesn't feel like it can pull itself out of a wet paper sack.
It's a highway truck.
It's a get up to speed and coast truck is what it is. But
I get why those people keep passing us like 100 miles an hour in these things
because they're just floating. I mean, it just floats.
It's like glass.
We were hitting some crazy potholes earlier coming over here where we're picking up at, and it was just like with the Peterbilt you'd feel it. With this it was like like you're skipping across, like you're just skipping rocks across water. It was crazy. Well,
not only that, like when you go, like you're coasting downhill, you know, you can get down to like 75 before you start getting in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
And like I'll hold both hands on the wheel, like, you know, it'll get a little scary, but I'm trying to get that fuel mileage to get back up the next hill. This thing right here, if you get down to 75, it don't feel like 75.
Right.
Like it did. You have to be careful. Like it does not feel like you're doing what you're doing.
Right.
Anyway, yeah, I don't like the inside. I like the dinette, and I like the little cubbies.
The dinette, the cubbies, a lot of storage in here. A lot of storage. It's crazy.
Everything
storage.
Else feels like it's not, maybe even 80s model kind of thing.
And it smells like an old Ford truck. It smells like an 85 F-150 in here.
Oh, and the APU's going, it does stink.
Yeah. And the APU, man, I'm telling you, the APU they have on this truck will freeze you out of. We just had to cut it off right before we started the video because, I mean, it was freezing us out of here. I mean, it was nuts. It's probably like, what, mid-80s up here right now? And it's just, I mean, it's freezing us out of here. So there's no idling in this truck. I don't know. But yeah, guys, that's it. That's where we're at right now. We're waiting on the truck to be finished. We are in a
This is why
2023 Volvo 860.
If you have an accident, you should do your very best to get to a terminal. Because if we were not at a terminal, we wouldn't have had a chance to get a loaner.
Right.
If we would have said, "Hey, look, let's just go to a Pete."
Not only that, imagine the being on the hook, like on the end of a hook for a wrecker, and then like being towed to the nearest Peterbilt, which is probably near Boston.
But I'm saying, even if we'd have just went to a Pete dealership, let's say we limped it to a Pete dealership, we have the hotels, we have higher food costs because at least everything at the terminal is cheaper.
Right.
But I mean, the hotels alone.
Yeah, we stayed in the bunk room from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So 5 days. Like, you got to think,
and
at
you're
a
not
cheap
supposed
hotel.
to do that. Like, you are not supposed to
You're
do
not
that.
supposed to do that, but if you're
to Prime for working with us for that.
We are, but if certain, this is what I try to tell you guys with Prime. Everybody's like, well, I just don't understand why it's just not this way. Everything's situational with Prime, and sometimes it's great, and sometimes it's not so great.
The truck had to stay in the bay,
but they made accommodations. Exactly, they made accommodations for us because they knew we couldn't stay in the body shop in the truck, and the hood was off the truck, so they had to keep it inside. So, guys, Prime's always willing to work with you guys. I've said this a million times before. There's not been one time where we've had an idea or suggestion or we've wanted to do something where they were like, nah, we're not doing that.
They could have told us no to the rental today because I've always heard you had to be down at least a week or a week before you could even ask.
Right.
And once you got to the week mark, then you could ask.
Yep, they were really.
Which I know we're coming up on it.
And we're grateful, because, you got to think, guys, we could still be there Wednesday or Thursday and just eating up money, just losing money. So, at least we're out here running.
Always get to a terminal, though.
Like I say, guys, there's a lot of things about Prime that some people might not like, and there's a lot of things that you got to love. Having these resources available to us, having these options is a big perk of being here. So,
take advantage of it. Like, take advantage of running with a mega carrier, because until you get out on your own, and then you realize, man, I can't do that no more. I don't have that anymore.
And it is all on you. You don't have any business partners to back up on. So, guys, lesson for today: keep the deer guard on your Ace Lease purchase truck. No deductible on animal incidents.
Get to a terminal if at all possible.
Get to a terminal if at all possible to utilize all those resources and perks that Prime has to offer. And remember, even if you are Ace Lease in your lease purchase or your owner op, you have an option to be able to get a loaner truck. So make sure to explore all your options. So reach out to your fleet manager, reach out to your road assist.
If you get stuck at a terminal that's not 20, like if you get stuck at Pittston, unless you can make it to Springfield, which is what we would have done if there was any way possible, go on and ask for a loaner.
Yep.
And if they say no,
unless you got a pocket full of money and you can afford to sit there for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, it's up to you.
If you want to, even I'm not gonna just sit around a terminal for the fun of it.
That's us.
If anything, I would have just flown home.
Right.
Because like when you had that wreck with that drunk lady, you just flew home. You ain't theory.
Yeah.
But we just got off home time, so.
We did. We just came off home time. That's what hurt us the most is we came off home time. We're in the red and didn't do great the first week. Plus with Memorial Day weekend, we had a good week last week, but then we had the moose. So it's been back to back to back. So basically, guys, out of 5 weeks total,
we've had one good week.
So, and that's part of the game, man.
One
that's
week
part
period,
of trucking.
That you really want to claim. It's really been 1 week.
So, guys, and that's just part of the game. It's part of trucking. That's the risk you take when you come out here and you're buying a truck or you're doing it on your own. It would be way worse if we were on our own. If we had our own authority we would just be stuck. It'd all be on us. We wouldn't have a business partner to back up on and say, hey, look, can we stay in this bunk room for free? Hey, do you guys have this discounted cafeteria here? Do you have this shuttle? It'll take us anywhere for free. Guys, there's a lot of good resources, a lot of perks there. So.
And a loaner. Peterbilt.
And a loaner truck, yeah. Yeah, if I was financing this truck from a dealership through a bank, I can't just call that dealership and be like, hey, man, just hit a moose with this one. You guys got one I can borrow for a couple weeks? Like, they're going to be like, you crazy? I don't think so. You can come bring in another 15, 20 grand, put it down, and we'll finance you one for 15, 16% interest. So, guys, it's all about what you have, the cards that you have in your hand, and how you're going to play them. Explore all your options. Don't think that anything is out of the realm of possibility. Ask the question. Ask it. Because 9 times out of 10, you'll be surprised. Yeah. And we should have asked. Yeah.
We should have asked Friday or Saturday. We just were like, a day or two, it'll be fine.
Yep. So we had to go through the motions. And the guys, let our experience be a learning opportunity for you. And bypass that curve and go straight to the source. So, guys, if you're in this situation and you know that, hey, I could be down a couple days, I don't want to sit here, I can't afford to sit here or whatever.
In this economy, you need to stay moving as much as possible.
Exactly, because you never know.
You're going to be sitting enough waiting on loads.
Right. So if you can get out and get moving, that extra couple $100, a week might be worth it. Especially if you're a team. So solo, it would be tough to swing an extra $750 payment a week.
That would be something really to be like, man, should I do this? I could see a solo kind of
Yep.
contemplating it.
But
it's prorated. We'll lift that out. It's all.
no, I said I didn't charge.
Did you?
Yeah, so I didn't sign the contract until Tuesday. So they're only billing me for this week, Tuesday and Wednesday, and then I will start a full week next week. So if say we turn the truck in Saturday,
exactly.
I'll only get billed for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So you guys got to remember that too. Prime's good about that stuff too. They're not going to charge you for a full
It's
week
like
if you only use the truck
rate.
for 2 days. So yeah, so it's almost like a daily rate, which basically, if you're looking at it, and I'm checking right now with leasing to find out if any of the accessory costs, like the owner occupational insurance, if I'm paying that again for this truck, or if it's going to roll over for my truck, which I think it is. I'm waiting on Success to get back with me because they're not sure. So, well, it was $675, $40 for the APU, $30 for the performance bond, which you get the 30 back, but we're just going to act like we don't. So $745 divided by 7. It's basically costing us $107 a day. So yes, that's an extra fixed cost on us to rent a truck to be able to keep moving. So the guys, that's it, guys. We just got the confirmation from our shipper. Our load is ready to go, and we're headed to Florida. So we're gonna see you guys on the flip side. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll keep you updated with Invictus, how it's going, as soon as we hear something from the body shop in Pittston.
Might be a small surprise.
Yeah, we got something in store for you. So let's put it this way. Invictus got a little bit of a facelift, so I'll leave it at that. But thanks so much again for watching, guys. Till the next one, stay driven, stay focused, and do your best to stay loaded and stay safe. God bless. Praise Skater and Mama. We're out of here.